How do we get to full flourishing? Is it possible? It's the end of World War II. My father is 15. The Nazis are pulling out of his village. On their last day, someone denounces 2 of his father's friends as communists. They're sentenced to be hung immediately. One of these men has always praised my father. He decides, I will rescue them. He finds his father's gun, rushes to the town square, plants himself right in front of the gallows, and looks around. Soldiers with machine guns stand on every rooftop. He freezes. The condemned men are brought out. His eyes briefly lock with the eyes of the man who's always praised him. The men are placed on stools. A noose is put around the neck of each man. The stools are kicked out from under them. When they're on the point of death, the stools are shoved back under their feet. They gasp for air. The stools are kicked away again and again and again. And my caring father can do nothing except watch and cry. Nothing like this happens to me, but I take in my father's sense of powerlessness. I don't know this in my 20s. I just know, though I have everything, I have such a sense of something vital being missing. But I don't have problems. Other people have problems. Well, there is one little thing. I easily get mad at small stuff, and that bothers me. The university where I'm getting my MA offers students 18 free counseling sessions. I decide I'll get 2 or 3, get rid of the anger. 18 sessions later, I have a dream. I'm coming out of a changing room at the side of this huge gym, and I see my chubby therapist running round and round the track effortlessly, not even losing her breath. It hits me. I have a distance yet to go. I'm Elsa, and I have 2 things for you. First, I have a process of development, spiraling, A.C.E. Second, I have a model of a fully flourishing person. I'll start with A.C.E. A.C.E. Awareness, caring, engagement. Just think, I was aware of the anger, I cared about it, and given the opportunity, I engaged. This process, by the way, is also useful for looking at the outside world. What am I aware of? What do I care about? And do I engage or back off? Do I know what to do? Do I rush in? This process is for everyone. On a personal level, if we're just dealing with some little issue, if we've got some major problems, or if we're dealing with the impact of trauma. And the same on the outside world. Using this process, I venture on a decades-long exploration of just about everything to do with self-development. Psychoanalysis, breath work, neurobiological approaches, coaching. I also explore ever more of what's going on in the world around me, or actually ever more awareness comes to me as I look and care, try to figure it out, and where possible engage, like through teaching, and then I get further awareness. It's rather a strange thing. As I get to more self-awareness, the world around me seems ever more in trouble. It takes me a long time before I come to the second thing that I have for you, and that is that model of a full flourishing person. It dawns on me at some point, I don't know of a model that I find is adequate. You know, there's stuff about being authentic and getting rid of limiting beliefs and good relationships, but there's always something missing. Most of all, it's only about the self. You flourish when you're self-developed. Plato said 2,500 years ago, something like, anyone who doesn't engage with government is a fool and will be governed by fools. I think it can be worse than that. So anyhow, my model of the fully flourishing person starts from the core and the DNA and keeps working outward. So what's going on inside on the emotional level and on the thinking level, and then perceiving outward. How do we see things? How well do we see the world? No, not just relationships. How well do we see the world? How good are we with facts? How do we assess? Can we be logical? And then there are all those other things: relationships, love, work, passions, hobbies, all of those things. So all of those things are in there too. But I look further outward. My model of the fully flourishing person is a person who doesn't only look to here or even to their personal world, but is engaged in the social, political, civic world. And it even goes one thing further, to something larger. Call it the universe, the cosmos, God, gods, spirits, some kind of larger connection to things. If this interests you, come to fullflourishing.com. My father dies in 2003. For about 2 years after his death, whenever I go sit on a bench I have overlooking the sunset, I feel him right beside me, always shaking his head as if in rueful regret. Such a passionate, caring, intelligent man, and so much he didn't even attempt to do. As for myself, I'm grateful to that long ago self, who with her bit of awareness took those first steps. It has been, and it is, an amazing journey.